And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Chopping Block. I'm your host, Hars, and as always with me is my co-host, Vex.
Hello.
And with us today is another member of the Council of Crowns. He initially began his career in Amtgard in the Principality Top 5 as the Principality Champion, then graduated up to serving as the Principality Regent, and now he's working as the Monarch of Astral Winds. Welcome, Paragon Deli.
Yay!
How's it going, Deli?
Doing all right. I was actually a GMR for a rain.
Oh, really?
For that. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
People
a
don't
scrub
know.
on my that's a scrub on my part. All right, I guess that's just the end of the episode. No, not really, but okay. So it's been a good month since you stepped into office in Rain Deli. So how's things been doing in Astral Winds lately?
Things are going actually pretty well. Like, we've had a couple days over 30, which is incredible. You know, much better than been doing. I think we had
That's good.
33 last week. We have a full top 5.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it took the rest of the. To be fair, though, it took the rest of the other parks a couple days to actually get that sorted out. I don't think anyone this reign had a full top 5. Even the Kingdom had a full top 5 when it started off. Okay, so I guess you can't really hear from this side, but like, Vex's husband is like on his computer in the other in the other room from us, and he's got like music blasting out of his headphones while he's away right now. I just figured as a Paragon bard, you could appreciate that.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I had another thing I wanted to talk about. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Have you seen any good movies lately, Deli?
I was just watching some like a Netflix TV series, some anime about like witches or something. I enjoyed it.
Isn't that like, is it like Little Witch Academia or something? Because I heard a bit about that.
I've been meaning to watch that.
I need to get into My Hero Academia too. I just started working through my backlog recently. Like, I got through Monster Musume recently real quick, which I've quickly realized is just my life goal.
I think I've been watching way too much like mature themed type shows, so like Little Witch Academia was like really refreshing as like a friendly childhood thing.
So when you say mature, do you mean like Berserk kind of mature, where there's a lot of blood and violence, or like the other kind of mature?
I was talking about like the theme, like,
okay.
You know, like this is pretty dark, or like.
If you want to watch something that's short, sweet, and the total opposite side of the spectrum from mature, I suggest Aho Girl. I just started watching that recently, and I think that if I were to ever work on an anime project, it would go something like that.
She was actually showing me like the first couple minutes as we were setting up to record today.
And Aho Girl. I would not think of that as a non-mature title.
Well, it
Sounds
means,
like a very mature title.
it means idiot girl.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Is the opening to that song like that Nicki Minaj song, You a Stupid Hoe?
I think it's all about bananas. I'm pretty sure the entire title song is just about bananas.
Nothing wrong with that. Bananas are pretty incredible.
Bananas are great.
So yummy.
All right, so before we get too far off this, I think we could probably start tearing into some of these questions. Although before we get into it, I did have one question. That is, I asked Goran this because he went through a similar experience. But how was the trip to Clan and back when we became a kingdom?
Clan was pretty incredible. I'll be honest. Like, I think I had more fun this year than I did last year, just because like I knew a little bit more about what I was getting into and like the things I wanted to do. Yeah, like I fought a lot. I died a lot. I guess I didn't really fight. I kind of just stood there as people hit me.
That happens a lot in large kingdom events, I'm told.
Yeah, but I learned a lot, and I like participated in their like, you know, newbie tournament. They call it the 6 and under tournament, where they let people fight who haven't won a kingdom tournament or something. I did okay. I did better than I thought, but I didn't place or anything. But
Yeah, I understand. I get that. I'm not much of a fighter myself, so. Well, that actually is a good tie into our first question that we got here, and this one is from Karina, and that is just, besides the moment when we became a kingdom, what was your favorite moment in Amtgard?
Amtgard? Well, I don't know. I don't think becoming a kingdom was my favorite moment in Amtgard.
Really? That's actually the first I heard here.
I mean, it was alright. It was pretty great. But, like, day to day, does it change anything? Not much.
I guess not, no.
Like, we get represented on the Circle of Monarchs, which is cool. Get a say in a couple things. We have a little bit more freedom in what we do, but day to day, it's the same sort of thing. It's just the title changes.
Well, that's fair. So then, what would be your favorite moment in Amtgard?
We held a event like a year ago, a big questing event. It was an Odyssey, I think it's called, and like it was pretty great. Like, I got a group of people together, and we basically planned out a whole bunch of quests. There was a role playing the whole time. It was a camping event. The weather was great. We had great experiences, but like my favorite moment was like everyone like left the campsite sort of thing, and there's just like the people who were in charge of a whole bunch of stuff just sitting. Like that feeling of like we just finished like a sweet event and like it hasn't been done before. Like we came up with it in our minds and then we like executed it and people had fun with it. That was probably my favorite moment.
All right. Well, I mean that sounds pretty good. I wanted to go to that event myself, but it just kept overlapping with a bunch of other things. Like last year, it was I think it was like our Crown Qualls Day, and then the one before that, if this is the event if we're talking about the same event, it was over. God, what was it? I think it was our mid-rain.
Yeah, it's hard in the summer because we have so many events, so many things we plan, right?
Yeah, just not enough hours in the day.
Our next question comes from Harley. What's your favorite Astral Winds top 5 member besides yourself?
Yeah, I want to say myself.
Well, I mean, I guess we can't really outlaw that idea, but you know.
Okay, out of my top 4, can I just give like the politically correct statement of like, oh, they all have their strengths and their weaknesses, and I love them all the same?
You can if you want to.
I want to say Harley, even though she gave out the question. It feels like every time I go to like I travel a lot, and every time I go to a different park, the PMs are always come up to me and are like, man, that Harley just working hard. And
yeah, Mara talks about her a lot too, actually.
Yeah,
I've heard that her park day reports are absolutely stellar.
Yeah, we've had, since I've been up in Astral Winds, we've had inconsistent PMs the whole time, sort of thing, and she basically caught us back up in months, and then like, I don't know, she's there every day. She's a great PM.
That's awesome, honestly.
Yeah. PMs
And
are the best.
I would say Atlas, but he has a bad knee, so kind of disqualifies him.
Wow, a little ableist there, aren't we? Okay, so our next question is, so we have another question from Harley, and that is, who do you believe is the most improved newbie in Astral Winds?
Improved newbie, so like, they were bad, now they're mediocre.
I was gonna say, I don't really know. She doesn't really specify in it, but if I had to guess, just like what's a good newbie that you guys have had recently?
What's his name? His real name's Terrence. I forget what his Anon or something. Amon? Yeah, Amon, I think is his name. I'm terrible with names, but he's pretty incredible. Like, his first day he came out, he cooked us all food.
Oh,
Second
really?
day he brought food, and he like bought a polearm, and then like the third day he brought like a board game for us to play Afgard.
Wow.
So,
Oh wait, was that the one that posted the? Was he the one that posted like the? I can't remember if it was like Cards Against Humanity or something.
it was Dark Souls, the board game. It was like this
$130
board game with expansions, and It was a lot of fun. A lot of rules and very easy to die, but Dark Souls.
Sounds like
right?
Dark Souls.
And then he like volunteered to do our recruitment thing. He's gonna be there all day Tuesday. Pretty
Really?
incredible. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'm not sure if like he's best improved because he started off incredible. So
Yeah, well, I mean,
all the people who like start like semi garbage and turn like mediocre to good now are all like a year old. So I don't know if I would call them newbies anymore.
wow, that is no chill. I like it. Okay, so this next one we got is from Malik, and that is... Oh, wait. I guess, did you want to do this one, Vex?
Oh, sure. Is there a turtle invasion of Northreach in the near future? If so, do we have reason to fear?
Of course you have reason to fear. Turtles are coming. Turtle invasion already happened. It just takes a while to get here. So
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race, or something like that.
something like that.
Ankle biter season is coming.
Oh god. Oh god, they're snapping turtles. I didn't even think of that.
Right?
Okay, did you get... Unrelated, but did either of you see the video of, like, a snapping turtle attacking a crocodile in the water?
Oh
No,
yeah.
but now I want to.
It was amazing. Like, people were freaked out about the crocodile, but all of a sudden they just see the snap in the water, and the crocodile just went, just dove in.
There's so many videos like that. It's pretty incredible.
And they see this, this vengeful-looking snapping turtle just looking up at the camera. It's like, you're next. Alright. Okay, so this next one is also from Malik, and that is, what is your favorite unique weapon that you've seen / built?
Oh man.
And you've made some
There's so
interesting weapons
many.
over the years, so I'm curious about your answer for this one.
Alright, my favorite one that I've seen, I haven't well, I guess it was online. But Monkey made this short sword that extended onto a minimum polearm. Right? So that was incredible. I haven't seen it in real life though. Will had these 4 throwies that are 4 daggers, and 2 of them were melee weapons and 2 of them were throwing weapons, but you couldn't tell the difference between them.
Oh god, I remember those things.
So, you would fight him, he's got dual daggers, and you're like, alright, I can kill him, and he throws both of them, and you're like, oh man. Or you think he's got throwies, so you're like, I'm gonna hit him, and then he with 2 points of armor, just drum rolls. It was pretty incredible. He also had these circle daggers.
I remember those.
My favorite part of those was I would if people got frozen or something, they got sword board or whatever, you could slide them over people's weapons and release them, and then you're legally pinning them as you're hitting them.
That is great.
But I've made commas, dual commas. I made sights. I got that lightsaber that I put LEDs in.
I remember that one. That was fun.
I've been starting to bevel swords and make things that actually look cool rather than just have weird edges to them. I got a handle 3D printed and I slid it on top of this minimal foam flat blade. It was pretty bad, barely legal short sword. So I had this fencing grip with this featherweight weapon. That was incredible. I had a lot of them. I made axes, I made hammers.
Do you give them names ever?
I think I've given them names. I should definitely start doing that though.
Yeah, I mean, you could just... I could already think of some of the... the name of your 2 sides, Leonardo and Donatello.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta make 2 more for Michelangelo and Raphael.
And I got so many stupid ideas on weapons to make. I just don't have enough time in the world.
I mean, they're only stupid if they don't work, if you ask me, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I made this spinning Madu one time where I put a lazy Susan on the back of it.
Oh god, yes. That was great. I remember you bringing that out for our it was for our last Principality Day.
Yeah. Some of the weapons I make are just they're not effective at all, but they'll do something ridiculously shenanigy that it might just work the first time, maybe the second time, but the third time and fifth and 10th, they're gonna kill me every single time. So
I think we're kind of past. I guess they're kind of past that point of fool me once, shame on you. Then, huh?
yeah, and a lot of times I'll have the ridiculous weapon in my left hand and I'll like wave it around, and then I'll just try to kill you with my short sword in my right hand.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
Because people just don't want to get killed by those things, right? So it's immediately, yeah, they over-respect it, and you just stab them with a better weapon.
I mean, hey, sometimes, and like one of the old codes of the samurai was, sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent, even if that violence is incredibly silly.
Word.
Oh, is Malik? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this question is also from Malik. Top 5 favorite magic or abilities from the Amtgard rules of play V8-1.
Oh boy. Favorite magic or abilities. I'm gonna rule out like archetypes or like meta magic here.
Okay.
I think break concentration and greater release are like my 2 favorite like offensive verbals by far. Just because they're so fast and they're so ridiculous and no one uses them. Lightning bolt has to be my favorite like spell ball. That and pinning arrow. I really like the stop state. Really do. Shadow step is pretty balanced and like every newbie can come in and it's effective, and even experienced players get to use it, you know, effectively.
Right.
And like out of the songs, I would probably say like Song of Freedom's got to be my favorite. I don't like it when people make it so I can't fight them.
Yeah, like.
That's not fun.
Yeah, I'm not very savvy in Bard. Just to clarify, Song of Freedom that's the one that like it means you to like the stop, stun, and frozen state. Yeah.
Yeah, stop, frozen, and insubstantial.
I mean, that wasn't for me. That was for the people at home watching that also don't know bards.
No one knows bards, man. When I first started, like, I don't think there was Ink, and there was Gorin, but there was like no one from where I was from. Just a couple, and
yeah, I was actually kind of surprised. Back when I became Paragon Wizard, like we did the whole setup for the Paragon's Council, and I had no idea that Astriana was actually our first Paragon Bard. I could have sworn for the longest time that you were going to be it.
Yeah, she got it back in the day. I don't think she's ever played V8 Bard before in her life. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean...
But, yeah, I think she got it in an earlier version. Plus she had the whole, like, I'm a music teacher. So
yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Alright, so these next ones are from Abram that we have here. And that is, what has been the biggest challenge since you stepped into office?
Yeah, and I clarified that with him. He said my current office, so that'd be local monarch of Astral Winds.
I mean, if you want to, you can make it like the more broad one, but it's all you. It's your show, not mine. Well...
let's see. The hardest thing, it's difficult. So in the last, I don't know, while before I started, like we've had pretty like inconsistent. I want to say like norms, inconsistent like leadership. Like I don't remember a time when we had a full top 5 even, and then like our officers had to step down due to inattendance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff. So like when I was in Frozen Coast, it was all about, okay, we're new and we're just growing, right?
Right.
Great. And here we're like, we have the skills, we have all the ability, right? Like Master Winds, Fairbanks has the most potential out of any park from like on paper, right? We have Great Garbers, right? We have Mini, right? We have the second biggest city in Alaska. You know, our community knows we exist. We get like UAF funds and opportunities. We have a giant college on campus, right?
Yeah.
College on campus. We have a college in our place, right? So we have all this potential, but like just haven't like tapped into it at all. So like developing something where we can, I don't know.
So I guess what you're saying is the biggest challenge is like organization?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe like culture change, I want to say, even.
Yeah, I could see that. I know definitely of the group, like Astral Winds is definitely the most different of the thing, for better or worse.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for the worse. Like there was a long period of time, like throwing shade at my own park, but for a long time, like newbies did not enjoy coming to Astral Winds. Like they did not have fun, right? There's no opportunity for them to grow or enjoy themselves, so they just never stayed.
Right.
And our attendance reflected that. Like we got demoted. We were pulling like Shire numbers consistently. I think my first day there was like 7 people on the field.
Wow.
That's I remember when you moved up there, morale was pretty low back then. I think it was like just after Dieter's ban.
No, it was before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
2 years ago.
It's kind of funny hearing that now, though, because I have a friend of mine who actually joined Astral Winds just recently. I think her game name is Bunny, and she's always talking to me about like just how much fun she's having every week.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, so I mean, if anything, it sounds like you're making some improvements.
Yeah, and you know, every day like we're getting better. This whole summer has been good for us, like in terms of growth, and hopefully we can keep that up. College starting and new people coming in, and you know, going indoors.
Yeah, I always notice the numbers always kind of make sort of a dip during the winter season. But since Astral Winds, if I remember right, Astral Winds doesn't actually have to pay for their indoor site, so there's no site fees, right?
0 site fees.
Yeah, then well, realistically, I don't see it as that big of a problem for you guys, at least.
Site fee is going outside in negative 50-degree weather, starting your car, and driving all the way there.
I was gonna say that sounds like a price that's already hard to pay.
In my case, I walked there last winter every day. It's like a 15-minute walk. I was like,
Oh god, I do not envy you. Back when I was looking into doing like content work at UAF, like they just pulled all like the video editing classes out of UAA, and I thought, oh, there's an option of going to one on Fairbanks, but I really didn't want to move to Fairbanks.
now you can, because I'm here.
Well, I mean, sounds like it's working well for you at least.
Bunny's here, I'm here, Minnie's here. Come on, man.
Alright, well, I guess that kind of leads up to the second question again, and that is, what's the best thing about being in office?
Best thing.
It's all the bribes, right?
Yeah.
Just the constant stream of bribes.
Feeling of power, you know? Oh. I'm not sure if I really like being on office. Like, it's a lot of work, a lot of effort.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I talked about this on the other episode with Goran, but I might have. See, I always talk about like how I don't like people who run for office purely for the sake of a vanity project or anything. But at the same time, like coming off the heels of my term in office as monarch of Lupin Moon, it's not easy work.
Yeah, but okay, so I guess the best thing about it is you you get this like sense of fulfillment. Build something, or if you like when people enjoy something that you've done. Like I've work ratted a few of our like principality events, and whenever like it's always a lot of work, a lot of like mental effort, a lot of enthusiasm, that type of stuff. And you know, what makes it is like at the end have this like incredible amount of fulfillment when people come up to you and be like, thank you so much for that was amazing, or you just see them enjoying themselves on something you've created. That's what gives me the most satisfaction. I guess that's my favorite part about being in office.
Sounds like a good feeling.
So just being like a part of I don't know, being a driving part of our community that, makes it better.
It feels good to do good.
Next, we have a recurring theme question from Boot. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Boot?
How much do I love Boot? 6.5.
Well, Boot, it sounds like you got some improvements to make, at least for Delhi.
I don't think we've known each other for a while, but I don't think we met enough for us to develop a relationship.
Yeah, I guess that would make
I've
sense.
enjoyed my time with you, Boot. Incredible when it lasted. I need something long term to get into that 8 range, that 9 range.
I guess you always gotta be careful with those commitments, Boot.
And also she has to show up to Park Day more often.
That too. Alright, so we got this next one from Kaida, and that is, how many turtle-themed garb/equipment things do you have?
Equipment, oh man. So my first thing I made was this chakram. Had turtles swimming in a circle on it. I played monk for a solid week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Then I realized it was trash.
Yeah.
Switched to bard. Mostly because no one does it, and it seemed like a lot of shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
But the second thing I made was a Madu that had 2 prongs sticking out of it, and the top prong was a head and 2 arms, and the bottom was two legs. And I had this turtle Madu that was probably 20 pounds and incredibly heavy. I think I still have that thing. Oh man, it made of
if you find
plywood
this
and duct tape and blue foam and PVC pipe. Oh man.
Alright, so if you find that, can you send me a picture so I can use that as a visual?
Oh man, it's so bad. It's in Soldotna, so I don't think I'll be able to I know where it is, but I can't take a photo of it because I'm in Fairbanks.
Oh, I mean, that makes sense. Oh well, I guess we can cross that off our list.
One of my first pieces of garb I made, I just painted a turtle on the back. I enjoyed it. Talius made me a necklace with a turtle on it. It lasted about 10 minutes of dungeon crawl before it broke.
That's why you don't wear jewelry during big amphitheater events. You're not gonna keep them.
Oh. Kage got me these 2 turtle bracelets from Japan. It's a recurring theme that people just give me turtle stuff.
Just
I think
offerings to the turtle man.
Kaida and Dan gave me this tie. It's the only tie I have ever owned, but it's this incredible tie with these abstract turtles all over it.
Oh wait, I remember that. Wasn't that at mid-rain last year?
No, it was. I think it was a quest, and they came down to do it, and they're like, "Hey, we got you this." Red gave me a pillow pet, which is a turtle. Minnie gave me this female turtle, a pink one, that he used as a dragon. Called it a turtle dragon. Talius gave me, I think, the first turtle that I got as a gift, and it was this just classic crane game thing that he got. I think Will got me the second one, which was another crane one.
That is awesome.
Joe's daughter painted the stained glass turtle for me, and that's incredible.
Okay, that sounds really cool.
I think it was Kismet, forget who, but someone drew me a turtle and framed it. That was incredible. I just have a whole box full of gifts from people that are just turtles. By the way, I love gifts, and if anyone who's listening to this wants to give me a turtle, you're instantly invited to the turtle cult.
The turtle cult. Okay, that's what I'm naming this episode now.
I have so equipment that I've made. I made that shield with a turtle on the front. Thor helped me carve, and super peely now. Pretty garbage now, but it has like the white hand on it.
That's a good like 3 years old or something now, right?
Oh man, way too old.
Yeah, it's like 1 million in Placidip years.
It's 1 million in plastic. Oh man. In my turtle crown. How can I forget about the turtle crown?
Shameful, Deli.
Man. Oh man. I made this turtle crown that everyone thinks looks super phallic, but I don't know, man. And I was becoming Principality Regent, and I was like, I need a crown for this. Just made myself a turtle crown.
I just have this amazing vision of you, Deli, like just 50 years from now when you're like an old man still doing Amtgard. I just imagine you as like the Amtgard equivalent to Roshi, just like wearing a turtle shell and fighting with like a cane or something.
Like a double-ended quarterstaff.
Exactly, that'll work.
And then for our questing event, I made these coins, these wooden coins that I stamped a turtle on. It has a party hat.
I remember that.
I called them turts, and we basically made a whole different form of currency with them, and basically created like a Ponzi scheme because I owned all the money.
Yeah, I think I remember when people tried using that at like when we did questing in Lupin Moon. People kept asking how much these were worth, and I'm just like, just keep them. They're worth nothing. Alright, well, I think we kind of got an idea from that one. So this next one we have is from Kadalau, and that is, what is your least favorite class? As in, the one that gives you the most trouble on the battlefield, and why?
Usually play Bard, so, like, there's one main class that counters Bard. That would be another Bard.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's how it works with most casters.
But honestly, like, any sort of like projectile type person, like if they have like a bow, or they have throwies, or they have like ranged like ice balls or something, is always annoying, because like if I know who's coming, usually I have like some sort of escape mechanism, or like some way to change myself to be their counter, or like if I'm afraid of them, I use a spell or whatever. But like I can't see Malik's poison arrow from 50 feet away that grazes my fingertips as I let go of my weapon.
Yeah, see, I don't know, man, like I wouldn't worry too much about that, because I mean there's that whole myth about the archer being an actual class. Just saying, there's like,
yeah, I don't know.
I give more flack to people about that than I should, in all honesty. Like, I always just have like this joke about how the archer isn't a real class, even though, from what I'm told, a lot of people in Frozen Coast use them. We have like maybe 1 or 2 in all of Central Northreach.
Yeah, I haven't been pretty active in Frozen Coast, but I always see at least 1 or 2 out there on the field.
Yeah, I think it's like, there's like Phoenix does it, and I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head, so maybe I might be right, maybe I'm not. I don't know.
My goal is I want to get a whole bunch of like mounted crossbows on my body. So like one for the thigh, one for the shin, both sides of the shin, and then like you just like slap your body and like random arrows come out, So you could have your whole arrow set up like loaded onto your body, and you like, I understand you can't see me doing the motion, right? But I'm doing the motion, and like you could just, and in your hand you would have 2 crossbows, of course, with 3 arrows in each, right?
Of course, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you, right? That's my goal. That's my 10-year goal.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. I want to see that in 10 years, Deli. Start working.
Right.
I'm just imagining like a specialized turtle attack where you have a shield on your back and you throw yourself with your limbs splayed onto the ground while you're surrounded by enemies, and all of the arrows, all the crossbows go off at once.
No. The one on his back has to be the one on his back has to be a big one, like a ballista or something.
It's a mounted turret, yeah. So you go in, you go on all fours, and someone behind you like starts shooting, you know.
Like what's that Yu-Gi-Oh card? Catapult Turtle.
Catapult Turtle.
There you go, Deli. That'll be you. 10 years. You got 10 years to make that happen.
But it only launches baby turtles.
You've activated my trap card. Catapult Turtle.
Oh man.
Okay. Next question is from Hadelin. What drives you to make such innovative and creative weapons?
Innovative and creative weapons. I just love shenanigans. Man, if I make a weapon that's so ridiculous, and maybe we fight, and maybe you kill me 9 times, but that 10th time I get you, this dumb, ridiculous weapon, that's what I'm going to remember. I'm not going to remember the losing. I'm going to remember that one win. No. But definitely, like, shenanigans are fun. I also like making weapons that, like, I'm proud of, you know? Like, especially, like, those kukris I made. I'm making a weapon right now for, I was making it for Ravenstone or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's incredible, right? It's like this stone weapon, and I'm not done with it. I'm not even halfway done with it, but I don't know. I've always liked project type work and like the whole process of like tears and failure, and then like, oh, you see a little growth, and then you know you lose it all again, and then eventually you finish and you're proud of it. You're like, sweet. The whole process I like.
I definitely want to see where that's going then, because that sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. I mean, I'm trying some things that I haven't done before. I don't think anyone's done before, and yeah, it'll either destroy the whole thing or make it incredible.
Alright, so we got another one from Catalau here, and that is, if you could change one role in Amtgard, would you, and what would it be?
One role? Only one?
Only one.
Oh boy. There's so many. Foot on ground's pretty dumb. Throwing shields is also dumb. So many rules. Like, armor rules, the whole armor rules need fixing. Like, not even fixing, like, slightly adjusted. Yeah, the fact that, like, negative armor points are applied to people rather than their physical armor is way too confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I really like the way the, like, V8 standardize a lot of things, but I think they need to standardize a little bit more. There's a few instances where like just stupid interactions occur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least are confusing for like a lot of new people to understand what's going on. I think I would change braking. I think braking is it makes sense, sorta, but it's hard to track when you're wearing more than 3 points of armor.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when two people are you're fighting two different people, and one person has breaking, one person doesn't. Enchantments, like, whole dispel game, I don't like. I'd rather have, like, more powerful, like, more unique enchantments and less of them, and then, like, a different dispel type game.
Like a regular dispel that would dispel one enchantment, and then, like, an arch dispel that would just dispel all or something? Maybe.
If you got rid of persistent in general and just said, like, we're just gonna put incredible enchantments, like unique enchantments, like undead minion and, you know, like lycanthropy and those type of abilities. Like, if a druid had abilities that said, okay, I'm turning you into a bear, you're required to wear bear garb, and you have all these cool bear abilities, and then for this one life, you're a bear, right?
I mean, I guess that works.
And then your dispel metagame is basically like a banish or like a lost for those creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would like that more. I think the Dispel, like, because you don't know what people have, because there's way too many enchantments to think about it. And just to know, okay, that guy's a white and a yellow. That means one of anything. And then, announcing your enchantments, even if you're focused on, I'm going to announce my enchantments, it's hard to keep track of that. So yeah, if I was going to change one thing, probably the enchantment rules, and just the enchantment metagame in general.
I mean, now that we got to see
something a little bit more fun, a little bit more productive.
Now that we got to see it in like the Circle of Monarchs, we might be able to influence that a little.
Probably not. I don't think any changes, major changes like that. Changing it so like you can't throw your shield at people anymore. That will probably that's the type of thing that might change, but I don't see any major changes happening unless all the kingdoms decided they want V9 to come out or something.
V9. Well, V9 is always a fun topic of discussion on the unmod pages. I don't know. Should we mention that at all, or is that like talking about Voldemort or like Sauron or something here?
The page, the group you should not be named.
The Dark Zone.
The Dark
Verbals.
Zone.
Oh man, I would get rid of verbals too. Most all 20-foot verbals. Get rid of them. Too many of them.
And in huge battle games, they're so useless. They happen, and you're surrounded by so many people, and you don't realize what happened. And then you have like 5 people yelling at you from 20 feet away, "Hey, you're lost!" And you're like, "Wait, when? What? I've hit like 10 people. Who was I not supposed to hit? I don't understand."
Plus, it's so easy to slough a spell on both sides, like slurring. It's so easy to slur. And people don't understand, and newbies just have someone yelling at them. Like, it'd be easier if there was less of them, too. Like, there's no need for a lot of spells, like, like amplification, or like agoraphobia, or like, pyrotechnics even. Like, get rid of them. You don't need them.
I mean, if anything, like, getting rid of agoraphobia would also help, like, with Phoenix League, so then you don't have to worry about some power playing a-hole that decides, hey, let's just get a team of 6 bards and agoraphobia everyone.
I was about to say, a power playing bard, right? Is what you're trying to say.
I also have a lot more fun fighting against, like, an ice ball than I do against an icy blast, right? Even though an ice ball is theoretically better. Yeah, because you have this, like, oh, I gotta dodge this. It's not, like, it's, to quote, what other people say, it's a skill shot versus a point and click. What makes games fun is counterplay. And when you fight someone who doesn't have any counterplay, it's not fun.
Yeah, like, basically
but if you're like, if only I dodged that ice ball, I could have killed that wizard, rather than that wizard yelled at me and slurred faster than I was able to run 20 feet.
See, I kind of get that. Like, basically, the most OP thing in Amtgard should always be teamwork.
Word.
Alright, so we're coming close to the bottom of the list of these questions. Now, Vex and I have a Sarah account. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But we both ended up getting the same message about 2 questions to ask you, so I don't know who these ones are from.
Alright.
But this first question we have says, as a monarch, what are you going to do about the perceived negative attitudes coming from your region?
Perceived negative attitudes coming from my region. Can you read it again?
It says, as monarch, what are you going to do about the perceived negative attitudes coming from your region?
Well, the first thing you do is like, anytime a member of Astral wins, go somewhere else. So myself included, right? When I go to a different park, I just try to be a great advocate of what I represent, right? When we went down to Clan, right, we represented Northreach. When I go to other parks, I represent Astral wins, right? Just being a great, like, call it ambassador of your park.
Okay,
usually helps.
So basically, you're gonna kill negativity with positivity. I get that.
That's my favorite.
The second thing is we do a lot of times have a negative attitude. Astral Winds does, especially in the last like 5 years. Right, so a lot of that perceived negativity is real negativity. which is all right. It's fine to disagree with each other, but a lot of times, I find myself doing this as well. When I don't get to talk with people, I assume that they're, I assume things that I probably shouldn't, and rumors are really easy to spread, and it's really easy to believe that if you're growing up in a culture where everyone's just telling you these things, confirmation bias and that sort of stuff. So open up communication, be a great ambassador, and just have an awesome park day every week, and other people will perceive you as an awesome park.
Yeah, and it sounds like you guys are pretty well on your way for that.
Dude, I'm proud of our park in the last month or two. Like, we're doing very Dutchy level type stuff.
That's awesome.
Happy with that.
Yay.
Okay, so second anonymous question. As monarch, what are you going to do to get Astral Winds involved with the kingdom?
Well, we have half of the kingdom officers in Winds.
That is true, yeah.
Step 1, absorb all of the kingdom officers into our party.
Right, you got travel, right? Travel's big part of it. Last 2 years, every time people came back from an event, they always had a more positive outlook on where our principality or kingdom's going. So how do we encourage travel? We have the travel stipend, right? We also have this UAF club that we are a part of that gives out money to do things like traveling, right? And so just being consciously active with our university and trying to funds that way is one way that we can make it affordable to do the travel. Second thing is if we have more communication, we realize that there are other nerds that are just like us, doing nerdy things elsewhere, and actually a majority of them don't have any idea of Astral Winds, right? Like, when I came up to Astral Winds, I thought it was some incredible park out here with great garbers. That's what I heard, right? Most new players don't know what Astral Winds is, right? And they don't have a negative outlook on us, right? And once we understand that, or we develop even distant friendships with people, that'll make us want to travel more.
Right. I always remember when we go to events like Dungeon Crawl or Wolf's Cry, we always have people saying, "Oh man, I'm so excited to see so-and-so again."
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, man. Nerds hitting other nerds with foam sticks.
At the end of the day, that's all it is, and that's all it really should be. Apart from all the other cool stuff we're doing too.
Something like family or something.
Exactly. Actually, I guess in talks of travel, I guess I should probably bring this up too, since as this episode's coming out, Tour de North, our Amtgard event that's basically just all about travel, is going to be in less than 2 months away. So for people watching this at home, and for you, Ellie and Vex, that's pretty much as good enough notice as you could get for if you had to put in time off work or set up rides or living arrangements or something like that. Just my little plug.
Astral Winds, we exist.
We will be going to Astral Winds. Don't worry.
I'll be there, and you can hit me with your cool stick, and I'll hit you with my cool stick. And
we'll have a grand old
die.
time.
You might Simo even.
Sounds good. We'll have a gay old time.
What's your favorite snack, Deli?
My favorite snack?
Is it turtles?
I've had more than 700 Subway sandwiches in the last 700 days. So I don't know. That's probably my favorite snack food.
I mean, I guess I would count that. Would you count that as a snack?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Oh man, are you gonna ask that ridiculous turtle horse thing question?
Okay, yeah, that is a good question.
Oh yeah.
Would you rather fight what was the question, Vex?
Would you rather fight one horse-sized turtle or 100 turtle-sized horses?
Now, I've thought this through quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I need some some parameters to the question.
So I actually have a question for you on that one, Vex. So if we're quantifying the turtle, like how big is the turtle we're talking here? Like
you go into a pet shop.
okay, so
Little
for
box turtles.
okay, so for whatever reason, my thought was like the turtle that's like depicted in all the atheist things, where it's like it's carrying the flat Earth on its back, or it's like I don't think I want to fight 100 of those.
Is this to the death? Is this like, arena type style, one person leaves type thing?
I don't know.
You're gonna need an answer to that.
Okay, so let's say for argument's sake it's Thunderdome rules,
Thunderdome. Okay. What
So
type
it's either
of?
2 or 101 people enter, creatures enter, only 1 leaves.
Okay. How big of an area are we talking about?
Let's say about the size of your about the sizes of your indoor site.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, are we talking rounds? Are we talking point system?
I'm talking
Do
full
we have
on.
a time limit?
Bell rings, then go until
And then one
there's a
person
winner.
leaves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. What type of terrain are we talking about?
Well, like I said, about the inside, I said size about the inside of your indoor site. So let's say it like that kind of terrain too,
Okay.
like urban concrete stuff.
Word. So the turtle will be on land.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be on tile.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fairly confident in my ability to drop kick a horse. That's the size of a turtle. And do I get any weapons? Bare hands?
Yeah, I'd say bare hands for this one.
So, I've been doing jujitsu for quite a while now. But I don't think I could do any sort of damage to a turtle that's the size of a horse.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I
And
mean,
I'm
you could
fairly
probably get it on its back or something.
I'm fairly certain I would starve to death before he did.
Okay, alright.
But I think I got a chance with the horses.
Okay, that makes sense. Honestly, I just imagine like a bunch of tiny horses and like just Deli going full on like Bruce Lee on everybody. Or actually, no, I take that back. Instead of going full Bruce Lee, full on Master Roshi. Just to bring that whole thing full circle.
Full master. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 100 horses for sure.
Alright.
Get them. I really wish VR was better. We could actually try this.
Yes. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Wow.
Alright. I think we're oh wow, we're getting close to the hour mark on this.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a lot of fun, Deli. Thank you for being on our show.
Word, I still think you need a better intro.
I'll tell you what, if there's prospects of us doing a second season, I'll totally like revamp our thing. I'll even include a little bit involving a turtle for you too, Deli.
We just need some like sirens, some bells,
Air horns, perhaps.
Air horns,
Maybe-
Morgan Freeman saying the intro.
I could play my ukulele and start out with like a folksy little intro and do a line, and then there's like an explosion, and then Hars just screaming. And that's our intro. Yeah.
Do 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 do. Jump.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
What if we had like an acapella do it?
like that'd be
One
kind
guy,
of cool.
Chopping block, chopping block, chopping block.
That'd be
Chopping
kind of cool.
block.
I was gonna say like that the way you're making it sound like I'd say we could almost get away with doing a full barbershop thing.
Get a little doo-wops in there. Doo-wop wop.
Yeah, there you go.
Block.
And then trumpet noises.
I like this idea. Alright guys, thanks for watching this at home. And like I said, once again, Deli, thank you for being on our show. This was a ton of fun. I didn't even realize an hour had passed since we started this.
Yeah, you were my favorite person to talk to so far, Deli.
Oh man.
You have
keeping
first
that,
place
right?
for now.
I'm keeping that, definitely.
Number one.
Alright. Well guys, thank you all for watching this at home. Tune in next time. We'll be continuing our love for Astral Winds by interviewing our Kingdom Regent, Mini Bard. Until then, you've been watching The Chopping Block. I'm Hars. This is Vex, signing out.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Chopping block. Had to add that in there, sorry.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.